officially get started. Happy Friday. Welcome, everyone, to the Options Income Launchpad Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Scott. I will be your host. It's great to see you guys. Small but mighty, as I said, our crew today, but we'll see if we get others joining us as we go. Let's get through some housekeeping matters. First and foremost, remind you what we do is for education and illustrative purposes only. Nothing we do or say should be considered a recommendation to buy or sell any product. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. We don't give personalized investment advice. What else? Any decisions made are at your own risk, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Good enough. What are we going to do today? Let's look at today's market. Let's revisit our posture. Think about mindset for trades that you might be carrying over the weekend. If you have examples, bring them up. Let's talk about it. What are you in? What are you in? What are you thinking about? What looks reasonable to trade? Yada, yada, right? Yada, yada. But okay, yeah, we have a good crew for it. Let's, we are not doing a trading plan section right now. We are on our prioritization, which means you should have evaluated and scored every component, found your bottom three, and in reverse order, started working on those. That's what we're looking for. Okay, let's get cranking. In IWM, NVIDIA, okay. Thinking about SEI, CDE, HL, and AG. Oh, HL was a new one for us. We added that. Love it. Love it. Hood Holdover. Oh, Robinhood. Okay. Okay. Sandy's here. Press is here. We've got an amazing crew. Let's get to chatting. Let us get to chatting. Let's see. Here is the SPY. Flat today, volume dropping, so we're just in this stall, in this lull, right? There's just a little bit of a stall here that we're dealing with, and it's definitely making it harder to find trades. Let's go through. Let's look at some of Don's thinking abouts. SEI. Okay. You can see that we had this kind of a pennant style pattern that it did break yesterday. Moved a little higher today. If you said, I'm in this, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I could see that. It is fighting through a pretty heavy resistance right now at 55. It got through it today. I mean, it at one point it dropped all the way back down, but then it regained. So, yeah, okay. That's showing some prospect. Let's look at CDE. Core Mining. Oh, this is okay. Coeur d'Alene Mining. It used to be, I think. Let's get new. Anything mining is somewhat going to be bullish, at least to some extent. And you can see that this one just made a bullish move up, a little bit of a flag, breaking the flag today with a turning stochastics. It's actually now if you cut this day out, you've got a heavy resistance. That's a tough one because it's like, is this a handle in a cup and handle? Or is there still like it's going to test? Okay. Looking at that. Let's look at HL. Hecla Mining. We added this to our basic materials list of stocks. I feel like this one's a little bit overextended right now, kind of pushing. It's not really like breaking a consolidation as much as it's likely just hitting that same level of resistance. But that's a strong one. I like that a lot. It's just whether or not we have a trade there. Sorry for being late. Was making a trade. That's all. You're not late if you're making a trade. You're right on time. AG is a silver stock, and that's still doing okay. Okay. I haven't added those officially yet. I need to do that. If you weren't here, we went through industrials last night. We added a couple, Picard and Caterpillar. We added 5 from basic materials, including HL. We added 3 from consumer discretionary. Now, industrials, we only added 2, but I'll tell you what, we were already watching like 8 of the 10 best, so it's just kind of rounding out the list. Consumer discretionary, we added 3 candidates, and in staples, we added 4. And so I haven't updated the group watch list just yet. I do want to search technology and financials still. So on Sunday, maybe today as we go through the list, on Sunday for sure though, we'll clean out any more remnants. But it's like, hey, if I'm not going to trade this, if I look at this and think, yeah, it's just unlikely to be a trade, we'll bounce it from the list, and then I'm good. Oh, okay, sorry. Steven said I had a long pause. I was probably pontificating. Typically, if I have a long pause, 7 out of 10 times I'm pontificating. 2 out of 10 times I'm daydreaming. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, and then we want to add. Ooh, actually, no. I had 6 from Staples. Craig says, "I assume you're adjusting open positions." Right, I do. I do get distracted by trade sometimes. I think we all do, but it's a lot easier to notice when I do than when you guys do. So I had 6 from Staples. including Estee Lauder and Cisco, the food company, SYY. So by Tuesday of next week, we will move forward with what we'll call our spring watch list. It'll have everything cleaned up, a brand new list. Should be good to go. Okay. Trades we're in, maybe in, or recently closed. Walmart. You had 3 days. And yesterday I'm like, hey, I took the rest of mine right here. When it failed to get higher, I said I'm out at 120. Yesterday it still gave you a little bit of chance, and now it's pulling back down. So what's next? Anytime I close a trade profitably, I feel better equipped to trade it again. So I'm definitely looking for the next trade. Maybe it fills this gap. Maybe it doesn't. This pullback is moving to our next setup. Definitely looking for another trade on Walmart. Intel was one that, same thing. It gave you here, then all of this, and then you're back here. Any of this was valid. It got above our target was like 46. And it got well past it. You should have been able to close at 48, 49. Really made some good money on this one. Now what? Old resistance, likely to become new support. So somewhere around 43.5 to 44. I want to pull back. I want it to pull back and give me another trade. So those are a couple that we were in. Macy's. I bailed on Wednesday. We didn't talk about this yesterday, but I got a nice snug stop in place. It went up, and as it started pulling back down, I thought, if it breaks this low, I know we saw it test down here, and you can see this low, but that's not the support level we traded off of. You're changing it. If you reorient around this low, you've changed the trade. We were on this low. And we're like, hey, it started great. I think a couple people actually booked a little gain in here. I did not. I let it go. So I took the loss. But I gave it every opportunity to do what it was supposed to. But as it broke down, I'd say probably around 21.75 or so on Wednesday, gone. Then this day, it's like, is it coming? No, that's it. We're done here. Doug said he squirrels out a little gain. Craig said he had a net total of $5 lost. Well, you both did better than I did, so well done. I took not a full loss, but I took a loss. Wasn't terrible, you know. I feel good about. Holding till next week. All right, fair enough. We either make money or we pay for information. So Craig paid about $9 for information. I paid a bit more, so I better get more information. I better get the most information. What am I going to learn from that trade? I don't know. I must be. I don't feel it, but I'm thinking somewhere in there it's... Melody got a little gain as well. Okay, so sometimes, the early exits will pay off. Other times you'll get out and watch something move. It's part of the game. What else did we have? Were there any others that were still open? We have NVIDIA. NVIDIA looked like it was going to be like a market contra indicator going up today when everything else was paused. I was like, yeah, buddy. But okay, we got 0.5%. It's doing what it is supposed to do, at least now. If it stalls early next week at this resistance, then we'll be in trouble and have to adjust. But if it can bust through there, all right, let's go. As good as can be asked for relative to today's market conditions, if you ask me. if you ask me. Uh, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to review. Was there anything else? Everything else was closed, right? We didn't have anything lingering. Oh, AMKR. That was one that we had a lot of opportunity to close back in here, and I think everyone did. And now what? Same thing. My top three places that I'm looking for trades are Walmart, Intel, and AMKR. I don't know about you guys, but I want another drink from that well because it was cold and delicious, and I liked it, and I want some more. Got in Cisco yesterday. Okay, very nice. Um, okay. Got in IWM. Let's pop in. Oh, Melody caught it. How early last week? Today's Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you nailed it. Everybody, a round of applause for Melody. She's going to stand up, take a bow for this beautiful small cap trade. Great. Take a bow. Great. Don't sell it down. Don't give it an only. Got a great catch of the cross. That's a classic signal that we love right on top of the 50. That signal over and over and over will do beautiful things for you in life as a trader. But what I would say is this is you have to accept your accolades, because it would have been very easy to been like, oh, there's a doji on Friday, I'm going to close it. But you held. And then been like, ooh, I've had a good game. There's a red candle. I hate red candles. But you held it. Of course, now you have another Friday doji. Your stochastics is a bit kinked in this overbought area. It's made about as big of a move as you tend to see. There's this, and combined, that's a little bigger. But other than that, that's bigger than you see most of the time. You catch things like this, and they can be a little slow. So I would be, Bress, you're speaking my mind, my friend. I would be very, very prone to just being like, I've got everything I looked for. I don't know if you set a target when you first came in. I have to imagine if you did, it's hit your target and then some, or it's hitting it now. So anyways, we're all standing in admiration of your trade. Well done. Keep us posted next week on if you close it today. Beautiful stuff. Magnifique. Okay. Let's go. I'll tell you what though, it's been a little light by way of trading volume or activity, which, I mean, not light like comparatively to what a 4.5 or 5 market is. I feel like it was pretty close to that. But God, man, we've had some monsters. We've had some monsters. That was a monster. AMKR was a monster. Intel was a monster. Walmart, which is not typically a monster, was a monster. We've had some great ones. I mean, I got to tell you, so far January has been spectacular by way of results. So, anyways, Jurassic Market. Thoughts on JCI? Ooh, that's one that we've traded recently too. That one actually worked out. And yet it's not on my list. Did I bounce it? I'm a little concerned now. Let's go see. I did. I bounced it on the breakdown. We actually made money over here. And then it gapped down and then it broke the 100 and now it's hitting resistance at the 50. I'm a no right now on Johnson Controls. So if it breaks, I don't know. It's hitting that resistance. Anyways, let me just see. Okay. Sorry, I had to make an adjustment to a trade. Okay. Let's go through the whole list. Apple off the list, and you can see why. Right? You can see it gave this little hook, and what did it give? Nothing, hardly at all. AMKR, oh, come on, baby. I feel like that one's let's see. A put. I'm not sure that I'm feeling bearish on this one because it may only pull back into this like 45 range. Yeah. Let's see. Amazon. Ooh, Amazon is close. Amazon is close. I feel like there's some things starting to get into position. Yeah, I like Amazon. AXP. I'm iffy on this one. Some people like when it starts to turn and bounce. Yeah. Okay. BAC. Same thing. Right? Same thing. Citigroup. That one's close, but it's like, I don't know. On this one, what I'm thinking to myself is, you know, I might want to wait and see one more time. It would have been, if there's a valid potential turn in financials, that's probably it. Caterpillar. I didn't realize we already had Caterpillar. I wrote down Caterpillar and I'm like, wait, we already have Caterpillar. Hood. Sorry, let me get to Hood. I know you mentioned that earlier. I don't love it. I feel like it went through like it was in consolidation and it broke. And then right here, like if you would have traded in that range, I would have been like, yeah, okay, this thing's trying to, and then it just stalled. And now you'll notice it's back in consolidation. And it's like, it failed. This was a failed reversal pattern right here. And now it's kind of just meandering again. Be careful with that one, in my opinion. Be careful. Sienna, it got this initial start, and then it's just kind of dwindling very, very quickly. Coherent doing the same thing. Here's Cisco. Cisco got this pop. I'm looking for the sneaky reversal. I feel like it had this. And it's done enough to be like, okay, the buyers are there. I want to see the sellers fail. And then that's me right there coming in. That's me coming in. Okay. Oh, it's a put on Robinhood. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Too late to get into the NVIDIA trade? No, not for me. Not for me. Let's go back. Let's do a couple things. Sorry, I got behind on my messages. Hood. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I would be thinking reverse Heiken Ashis. Can it give us a couple more? Can it give us a bunch more? We got 2 and it's accelerating. So that's fair. AXSM. Axum Therapeutics. Okay. How are the options on this? The trend looks okay, but I feel like with this volume, it's less than 1 million a day. It has options because you can see the implied volatility, but I just don't think they're great. NVIDIA, press is asking about. I feel like it's right there in line. I mean, you know, I'd actually say it's probably pretty close because it pulled back a little after we entered on yesterday. So even as a red candle, to me, it's a red candle, but it's up 0.4 and it's absolutely valid based on your stochastics, based on the bounce of the 50, based on, you know, a break. So there's a few things we have going on here. We have this consolidation. We broke it. It held, pulled back, higher low. We have stochastics in our favor. I mean, we have it bouncing off the 50. Yeah, I would, if you like the way all that looks, I would say that's still right, exactly in line with the initial entry. Disney put. Ooh, we got some things coming out. You guys are thinking outside the box. I love it. RCAT. Red Cat. Overextended, but valid for a consideration on a pullback. You can see you're in a zone where it's been overbought for 4 days and an extra 20%. I never want to be that late to the party. Fashionably late is okay. But this one is, at this point, if you're up already, great, right? And I'd be thinking about, how do I protect my gains now that it's starting to show a little bit of a dark cloud cover candle? It's starting to, you know, again, one of the things that I'm always going to do is I'm going to be like, what has it done versus what does it tend to do? And you can see there's another one of these. There's another one of these right here. Boom. About the same size. And it jiggled a little and then it just fell apart. So if you're not careful with something like this, boom, boom, this thing could be all the way back like that. And so be careful. Well done on that trade, Melody. Well done on IWN. So yeah, Red Cat, be careful. Let's go look at a Disney put. A Disney put. I mean, it's still kind of perched on top of those moving averages. Yeah. So pretty sideways in general. Agreed. Yeah, I would say if it breaks the moving averages, the last time it broke in this area, it dropped down to 100, or at least very close to 100. I love where everyone's going today. This is great. Let's get back in. Keep me out of trades. I'll tell you, sometimes the trades we avoid are as good as the ones we take that are good, right? Of course. What's likely to happen then is we will watch this thing break on 110 and everyone will be like, yes, God, everyone wanted to take that. And you were like, no, it's not ready yet. Okay. Where was I? Delta turned and then just sort of paused. If you took this trade, this post-earnings trade in here, I would say you're still in a hiccup zone where it's like, it still looks valid. You're just kind of like, it's not doing what you want. The Dow a little bit sideways. Ford, I still see Ford as a viable setup. It's a little bit more than a flag now, so more of a classic consolidation pullback. I still think this looks viable, but not yet. Add it to the mix. Add it to AMKR, INTC, WMT. Right? Yeah, good setup on Ford. I think another setup on Fox. I still like the way that Fox is setting up for a trade. GE kind of sideways. Earnings coming up. Again, keep an eye on earnings right now. Gold is a bit overextended. General Motors. It's kind of sideways, but also kind of still like, hey, this thing could be could be viable. Um, okay. Okay. Google. Oh, yeah, Google. Put Google on the list. Um, put Google on the list of setups. Goldman. Yeah, let's kind of watch and wait and see. There's some volatility in the financials right now that we've got to be cognizant of. Yeah, good time to get out. Good time to get out. That was kind of a rambler, but boy, it moved and kept going. Um, okay, Howmet overextended. IBM real choppy. I mean, you've got up candle, down candle, up candle, flat, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, this is all over the place. Yeah, this makes me dizzy looking at it. Intel is enticing. We do have earnings to be aware of, but if we can get something in, maybe like it pulls back and then earnings helps act as a catalyst. But I definitely love what Intel is showing still. IWM looks bullish. That's great. Hopefully that translates into major market strength on our market posture this weekend. Lumentum. Oh, what a little false signal it gave here. The stochastics turned. Now, most of us were like, I don't like this volatility anyways. This choppiness. There's a few stocks. Lumentum, it looks like this. Some of the digital storage stocks look like that, where we're just not as attracted to that type of price action. So, LRCX, Lam Research, overextended. Looked like we were going to get a pullback in here, and then nope. Not yet. Macy's. I'm kicking Macy's off my list. If I'm going to trade anything in that vein, it's going to be Walmart again. MasterCard. Yeah, I don't know. I usually keep MasterCard or Visa. I mean, just to have a representation and understand this sector better. I don't think one's better than the other, so MasterCard is fine. Meta. Okay, here's a comment from Stephen D. He said, my initial look at the major market this morning, I don't see us changing. 200 and 133 are okay, but not enough on the 66, even though the Russell was leading. Still weakness on the NASDAQ. That's fair. Yeah. Standalone weakness or standalone strength from small caps doesn't cut it. It does not cut it. So I agree with that, Stephen. I think that I would see it the same way. Morgan Stanley, flat. But trend still intact. If we get a pullback in the setup, I'd still be, considering it. Microsoft at new lows. That doesn't bode well for the NASDAQ to see Apple. It's not new lows for the 6 month, but it's new lows for the past almost 3 months. And Microsoft is at new lows for the past 6 months. Micron. Oh, Micron. We thought you were going to come down and give us something, and then boom. And this might be it, right? It's like boom, and then off it runs. So this could be the run to 400 for all we know, but it's just not a great signal or trade setup. Netflix, dumpster diving, nothing there. NVIDIA still maintaining a bit of favorability today, but not much. But hey, it's bucking the trend on the market, so it's something. Press said last Sunday when the Dow was on top, you mentioned, I think, that the Dow on top was not bearish. Well, okay, so it's not automatically, and I wouldn't say bearish. The word I would use is defensive, because if we see defensiveness in sectors, defensiveness in major market, price breakdowns in short term, and spikes in the VIX, and we add all that up, that's going to position us in a potentially bearish fashion. Now, I want you to keep in mind that in the nearly 3 years that this group has operated, we've really only dipped negatively for like a total of 6 weeks. So we have not seen a market that sustainably was bearish enough for us to have a negative score for any period, any length of time. But for us to trade bearishly, we don't need to necessarily be quote unquote market bearish. If with us sitting at a 5, if it were to drop now to a 4 and then to a 3, I'd be like, whoa, that's enough for me to want to start thinking about bearish trades. So yes, the inclination we have with the Dow on top is to say, is that defensive? But if the Dow's on top and then the Russell's right there with it, and then the NASDAQ is still moving bullishly, but just not as much because it was on a bit of a pause, I'm going to look at that and be like, yeah, that's more parity than it is. Look at the defensive money flow. What we're looking for in that analysis is, do we see money leaving small caps and technology in order to flow into what is considered a safe harbor of large caps, which is the Dow? And then we're like, oh, that looks defensive. The Dow is up, the other two are down. Clearly, there's a replacement transition rather than the small caps are up almost as much and they're right there anyway. So that one's a bit subtle, but right. And the rotation would be ultimately a defensive rotation if we continue to see it happening. Okay. Oh, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it. So that's NVIDIA PLTR down. That one's kind of off for us right now. Here's the Qs. It's trying. It's just barely hanging on above the 50. So it's not really, it's more sideways than anything. We'd love to see this thing start moving in an uptrend again. Okay, here's the real. Really turned into less swings, more grinds. Rocket Lab overextended. Ross Stores also overextended, starting to roll over. A bit of a bearish engulfing. Yeah, we'd love to see this thing pull back and give another opportunity for a trade. So we're watching that. RTX overextended. Nothing we can do with that as of now. Silver made a new high, pulling back, bit of a flag. I think for silver, you've kind of got to decide, am I willing to trade silver based on its shark frenzy status now? It's gone parabolic for a couple of moves to the upside. Again, it could keep going parabolic or it could reverse parabolically. And if you're saying to yourself, you know what, the upside that I might get is not worth, taking a huge and full loss if I hit the downside. So I'm a little reluctant. SNDK overextended. SPY sideways. STX overextended. TJX. So we said that Ross Stores, a consumer discretionary, looks like it could be moving into a setup position. We know that Amazon is moving into a setup position. And here we have TJX, which has gone into a pullback. Today was like, maybe. So I would say, consumer discretionary's got some decent pieces moving into what would be viable setup positions. Let's definitely keep an eye on those. Tesla looked like it wanted to turn, going through a bit of a hiccup. You can watch that one and trade the hiccup if you're in it. If the hiccup gets broken, you want to get out. Taiwan Semiconductor earnings were they today? They were yesterday. They did pretty well and gapped up today. They're just kind of sitting flat. Here's today's VIX. It's pulled back a little bit. You can see we do have this cross now in place that, if we see this thing pull back and not get much further and then turn, that's definitely a higher low, and I would be a bit concerned of an acceleration of volatility. Okay, let's see. WDC. Western Digital had a good move, overextended now, a little bit overbought. We definitely do not want to see any acceleration of the VIX. Great to see you, Sandy. Have an amazing Saturday. I know it's already the weekend where you are. Walmart's kind of holding up again still. So we were down here for a minute thinking maybe it's going to give us another opportunity. Either way, I'm waiting for this. That's what I'm waiting for right there. All right. Well, that's about it. Anything that we missed? How's everybody feeling? Getting ready to head into the long weekend. I forgot about that. I believe that we are market closed on Monday. So we may be pushing. Let me look it up real quick. MLK closed. So I will adapt the schedule. So we will not be meeting Monday morning. So we will meet Sunday for market posture. Then we'll meet Tuesday for the Tuesday market kickoff. I'll make sure to put that in the calendar. All right. Well, it's amazing. I hope you guys have a great long weekend. If I don't see you on Sunday, I'll see you Tuesday and enjoy the 3 days. Hopefully, I'll see you on Sunday. We'll analyze the market, maintain hopefully somewhere around 4.5 to 5. It's not ideal. It's not a 6 or a 7, but it's better than a lot of alternatives, so we'll live with it. And keep our eyes open and fingers crossed for what will improve it and be ready to adapt the other way if things end up getting a little bit worse. All right. Well, again, thanks everyone. And as always, happy trading.